Right, got myself a new set of overalls, the Haynes manual's out, a nice cup of tea. That can only mean one thing: there's something wrong with my camper. Now this is my VW T4 camper. He was born in 1993, back when boy bands ruled the chart and dashboards didn't tell porky pies. Behold, the red blinking light of doom. For months now, this little blighter has insisted my engine's on the verge of becoming a boiling kettle, even though it's cooler than a penguin's backside. I've swapped sensors, I've changed the thermostat, I've even trolled the internet like hypochondriacs looking for answers. I'm starting to believe now this campervan just likes all the attention. Now all that's left for me to do is to remove the cluster clocks and to see what horrors are lurking behind. I'm under no illusions here. There's going to be highs. Excellent! There's going to be lows. This is an absolute nightmare. But as the cup says, the force is strong. So let's get this job done. Got to take the steering wheel off, so it's a matter of popping the horn off and then unplugging that. Right, so that can go there. And then it's a 24mm socket. And what you do is, apparently, right, that's gone there. So that's good. That was easy to come off. So I unscrewed the screw there. That's off. Right. So that can go in me little metal thing down there, which has got hold of it. Now I've got to mark where the steering wheel was, just to make sure everything goes on straight when I'm finished. So bear with me, people, because everything of this is being done by a manual. So, oh, that popped up easy as well. Fantastic. So the steering wheel's off now, right? So now we can tackle these screws in here. It looks as if it's coming apart here, so this may just all pop out. I may have to source the screws that I'm missing, I think, and take it from there. Right, that's good. That's come off fairly easy. So put my screws in there. Wiggle that part out there, which is good. Now I've only got one screw up there, so that should be easy to get out, I think. Let's try. See what this is. Right, but that's looking good then. Right, that's lifted. It should lift off. Right, that's lifted off. It makes like all them ball bearings in there. Not looking worn. I think I may have to look at greasing that, possibly. Right, so there we go. That part's out. Now I've got to be careful I don't drop the screw. I'm working it with my hand if I can, like. Right, got that one out, so I didn't drop that one. Oh, they're similar to the dash ones, which is where I had one missing, so that's going to help. Yeah. Right. It's just a matter of taking your time. Now the other side of the problem could be is that I do need to maybe undo the speedo cable. Right, good news, didn't drop the screws down the back. Fantastic. Now this should move forward and I should be able to get at the speedo cables. Just come out. That's mad, that. The speedo cable just disconnected itself on its own. That shouldn't have done that. There we go, unclip that. Now the good news is, I've now got the clocks out. On reconnecting, I'm definitely going to have to address why that speedo cable came out on its own. Right, as you just saw, the clocks are out, and the plan was for me to take these apart, do the repairs, pop it back in, Bob's your uncle, everything's back to normal and fixed. Now, I don't like plan A because I've now got a plan B. And what plan B involves is road trip. Plan A was for me to take out the clocks, take them apart to get at the motherboard. Now, I've been told potentially my problem was 6 solder points which have deteriorated over time. are causing the problem. Now, that plan's flawed because I would have to resolder those 6 solder points. I've never soldered before in my life, and I've never really soldered a motherboard, and if I get it wrong, potentially this job could get a lot worse, because I would have to source new clocks, a new motherboard, which I can't, because I would have to buy second-hand, because you can't buy them new anymore. I'd have to buy them off eBay, and I potentially could be buying more problems. Now, plan B, Operation Motherboard Refurb. I found this guy called James, who lives in Chorley. Now, he owns his own garage, and he can refurbish the motherboard, refurbish the clocks like new, for a small fee of £65. Now, that is a no-brainer, because it would cost me 3 times that amount to replace the clocks second hand. So I'm on my way there now. I've arranged to meet him at 11 o'clock. I'm going to drop these clocks off. He said he'll do them today for me, and what that means is I can go and have some lunch. Then hopefully he'll ring me this afternoon when they're ready, and then I can get back home this afternoon and then refit them, and then my problem's all gone. So let's get to Chorley. Right, we're here. Right, the clocks are all done. Now let's get these home and refitted. Before I pop these back into the camper, there's something I need to tell you. Now, James noticed when he was doing the refurb on the clocks that my speedometer was in kilometers per hour. With it being an import, that's what it was. He's replaced it with a miles per hour speedometer, so I don't have to rely on these stickers anymore to see how fast I'm actually going. Now, that is a godsend in itself, because as I've said earlier on, these clocks are really, really hard to come by. And the beauty of it is as well, he's even gave me my old clock back in case anything ever goes wrong. Now, all I've got to do now is make a note of the mileage on the old clock in kilometers, make a note of the mileage in the new speedometer, the date it was changed, and then I inform the test centre, the MOT test centre, next time I'm there, and let them know, so there's no discrepancies in the mileage on the camper. But everything has just fell into place with this, and for the price he charged, if everything works, the man was a godsend. So let's get these back in the camper, and hopefully all my problems are gone. Right, I'm going to put the clocks back in now. I've just disconnected the speedo cable to give it a bit more length to move it in, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to refit the clocks. So let's get cracking at this. Now, first of all, I need to, so it's got them clip things there, past that. So, oh, that's clipped in. God, it's absolutely roasting in this camper today. Wow. Might even lose some weight. Right, so look at me torque. So it's 17 Newton meters, and I've already set it. Now the next trick is to get these back on. So they go on there like that. Right, the connections there. Right, hopefully that will. Right, everything's gone off. Hopefully it stays off. Hopefully James has worked this magic. Yeah, everything's working. And you know what? The light hasn't come back on. Everything's working. Fantastic. £65 well spent, methinks. Excellent. Excellent. That light had me up the wall for ages, and it's gone. It's gone. Do you know, all that's left now is to take it for a test drive, make sure everything's working, and it's just back to normal then. Fantastic. That light had me up the wall, but it's gone. It's normally back on by now and it's gone. Fantastic. Now as you can see, the light's gone out, but my speedo isn't working. Oh, I knew something was wrong when it just came out. Unless it's disconnected itself at the back, I'm gonna have to take it all apart again now to get at it. This is an absolute nightmare. We were so close. Everything else is working. I've checked all the lights, all the indicators, everything. The clock, everything's working by the speedometer. Is the other one going to have to go back in, I think? So annoying, so annoying. Thought we were home and dry there. I'm obviously not. I love this camper though, absolutely love it. If you ever get the chance, buy yourself an old camper. It'll always keep you on your toes. Now it could be two things. The connection's not in at the back, or the speedo is faulty. And if it is, I'll just put my other one back in. But I'm gonna have to take everything apart to do it. And I didn't really want to do that. I did say though, when that popped out at the back, when I took it apart, something wasn't right. Whether it's just been sitting there and it's been faulty, I don't know. Maybe I should bite the bullet and buy a new speedo cable as well. But we'll get this home now. I'm going to investigate further. Got the clocks out again. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the original speedometer in the cluster clocks, because I know that was definitely working. It's just a process of elimination. That clock could be fine, and it is the speedometer cable, because what I found is the securing clip on the speedometer is being broken off, and the previous owners have wedged it in with some sort of securing bung, and to be fair, it worked for 8 years, and then when I've undone it, it's just all popped out. There's a reason why they did that, because a replacement cable hasn't been available since 2012. It's now 2025, so I've sourced a replacement. It's a full cable, not a split cable. What I've got in, I've been told that it is a manufactured replacement for what I've got, but I've had to order it from Germany, so it hasn't arrived yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the speedometers over, put it back in, see if it works, just try and lodge it back in, see if it all works. If it does, then fine, and then when the speedo cable arrives, I can just install that. So that's the plan. So let's get cracking. Right, the first step is to remove this screw here and this screw here so that I can lift the front off. So we'll get that off first. And now the next thing is to undo these 4 screws here to get the new, or the original cluster clock back in. Right, yeah, right, that just lifts out. So we've got that clock out. Right, now to put the original back in. So I've got to be a bit careful. Right, back to the way it was. Right, that wasn't as daunting as I thought. Now the original speedometer is back in. Now I definitely know that was working, because it was working when I took the cluster clocks out. Now this one that James put in for me, I don't think it's faulty. I think my fault lies with the speedometer, the way it was botched in and the way the clip's missing and everything. So I'm going to keep that safe in case I need it in the future. And what I'm going to do is, I know all the work James did at this now, everything is working fine from the test run. So I'm just a matter of just popping this back in. I'll have to do some sort of botch job with the speedometer cable like the previous owners did. Hopefully it'll work. It'll show me that everything's working again. And then when the new speedo cable arrives from Germany, it's just a matter of just popping that in. So let's get this back in the van. Right, test drive number 2. And as you can see, the camper's up to temperature, no blinking light. The speedometer is working. Now, I'm not saying the other speedometer was faulty, because I have found a trick on the internet where I can take out the fuse box, reach in and test that the cable is still connected. I didn't do that on the first run because I didn't know nothing about it. But I've set out with my goal. The temperature light's now gone out. The camper is now, the speedometer's working. I've lost nothing because I was using the kilometers anyway with a GPS speedometer. So I've lost nothing there, and I've achieved my goal. I've succeeded in eliminating the problem of the temperature light. James did a magnificent job fixing that for me. So if you like what you saw, please hit that like button and please subscribe. It helps the channel, and I'll catch you in my next video.